This is one of our sculpted bracelet designs. A pretty good looking bracelet, very good seller. It doesn't make any difference what wire you make it out of. This one is made out of a brass, jeweler's brass, and it looks just like gold. It's got a big 10mm CZ in it, a snap set. Pretty well constructed. But what really makes this bracelet look professional is the curves right here, and here, and here, and here. And that's what really brings it all together. That's what makes it look uniform, neat. Not the sculpture, it's appealing, but the sculpture's not what does it. This is what brings it all together. Now these moves you cannot get with your fingers, but you can get them with the tool. And this is what you do. You just bring it in here. You open up your wires left and right, and you bring your tool in here, and you shape it with your well, actually, this is 20 gauge wire, so you use the 20 gauge tool. So this wire is shaped right here with this tool right here in the tip. Now you got 4 different widths here, so you can bring this to real narrow and you can open it up real wide. But the tip of this tool is used to make this opening. Now let me show you a few more. Now we have the same thing here. A little bit different. I use about the 3rd groove to open that big wide opening there. And if you look at the center, I pulled it open with my hands like that, and then I adjusted it on all 4 sides with the tip of this tool. 20 gauge wire, use the 20 gauge tool. And you can see it looks pretty even. Okay. Let's go to another one. Again, we have a sculpted piece, but again, all this is even. All 4 pieces are even, and it's done with the tip of this tool. In this case, you might have been on notch number 2, but that's your choice how big you want it to be. You can bring it on the wide one and bring it out much wider, and they all look pretty good. Now, let's go into the name bracelets. When you do a name bracelet, you want this to be square across so your name is accent. And if you look at this one, that window bracelet is just about perfect rectangle so the name can sit in there evenly. And this tool will open that for you. Another one, a little bit different shape, a lot more wire, and you got a twisted wire. We didn't do anything on the side because we're trying to keep the cost down. But you'll see that that window has a perfect opening with a little bit of point here and a good opening on all 4 sides. And it's done with the secret weapon tool. So for name benders, people that make wire names for hobby and for a living, this is an indispensable tool to open that bracelet up. Okay. Let's show you how this thing is used. We'll do a few samples. We're looking at the harness of a bracelet made from 20 gauge half hard gold fill wire. I make most of my bracelet harnesses out of 20 gauge, but many people will make them out of 21 and even 22. It's a personal choice. This is about a 7.5 inch bracelet. I'm just going to show you how to open the window up a little bit. And between this wrap and this wrap is about 2 inches. Now yours may be different, but the procedure is exactly the same. I marked the middle with a metal marking pen. So this is 1 inch right in the middle. And if you look really good, you'll see my window is a little crooked. I just opened it with my fingers a little bit. And you know, you can see it's a little crooked. They never open up perfect with your fingers. But let me show you how you can shape them up. You grab it here, you grab it there. Okay, I opened it up. Again, you know, it looks okay, not perfect. I can see this point is to the left of my dot. And this point is a little to the right. Not perfect, but it doesn't look bad. But you know, this is a very common opening, and you know, everybody and makes wire jewelry has the same opening. If you want to customize your window and make it look a little bit sharper, you can use the secret weapon tool, and I'll show you how you use it. This is 20 gauge wire. I want to grab my white tool. It's stamped on the side right here, 20 gauge. So I'm going to go into the good side. I want to see how I'm working here. And I'm going to go to, well, let's go to the second notch. I'm going to push it in as close as I can. Push it all the way in. Well, let me pull this open more. I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to push in as much as I can. And I'm just going to hold it there. And I'm going to turn it. And you see that turn there? You can't make that with just your hand. You need a tool to do it. Now I'm going to watch this one because it's flipping over on itself. Okay. I'm going to go back in. If your wire gets out of shape, you want to hold it and bring it back in. I'm going to go back to that second notch. I'm going to hold them. I'm going to hold them together. I don't want them to flip. And I'm going to turn it. Look at the top of that. Looking pretty good. Okay, let's go back in. Use the second notch, and you can use whatever notch you want. I'm on the second notch. You can see there's 4 of them. Each one will give you a different shape. Okay, let me open it up. Shaping up. This, you can do this so fast. It is so quick. It is so effective, and make such a professional opening. You're gonna love this thing. Okay, now let's see what we got. That opening was done on film in less than a minute. Now I'm looking right here, and I'm seeing folding over a little bit. I don't want that. I'm going to take my tip of it. It's brass, so I'm not going to do too much damage, but I'm trying to open it up a little bit. So once it's open where you want it, you might have to shape it a little bit. Okay. There's your opening. That's a pretty good opening. If you need any hand shaping, you could put a gemstone there. You could put a name in there. That's a really nice opening with just a few minutes with this tool. And these notches here, that you can only get with this tool. This is another beginning of a bracelet. This is pretty soft wire. And you can use soft wire because you can tumble it later or harden it up. And I opened it up in the center with my fingers. And I'm going to open it up a little bit more. This is 21 gauge silver, pretty soft to work with. It got a big opening. And you can see it's sort of almost a completed bracelet. I just wanted to show you some of the things you can do with this tool. So there is my opening with silver, 21 gauge. So I want to grab the 21 gauge secret weapon, written on the side. It's the dark blue one, 21 gauge. Okay, let's go and let's open this thing up with the big fat one. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th notch. And let's go all the way up and see if we can fit it in there without it rolling over on itself. Okay, I want to make sure, okay, I want to make sure it's not rolling over. Okay, it's in there pretty good. I got it, the 4th knot. I'm bringing it up as 4 as I can. But you want to make sure that it's firmly on there. Okay, I'm going to hold this as best I can, and that tool is very powerful. I'm going to bring it out. It's a big, it's big. This is the 4th notch. Okay, I'm going to do the same on the other side. Bring it all the way up. Whoop, I'm bending this up with my thumb. I shouldn't touch that. Okay. So that's what I got so far. But I'm going to open it up again using the big side and try not to mess it up with my fingers. Keep my fingers out of there. This is soft wire, so it doesn't take much to distort it. I want to hold it there. Okay, bring it open. There. I might need some shaping up here, but not much. The top got away from me because I put my fingers on it. So let's see what we got. It doesn't take much to just straighten it up a little bit. Now, it's looking pretty good. It might need a little bit of adjusting. This one looks, they got to be open equally. I'm going to bring this one down a little bit and see how it looks.